Hi, I just watched. Oh, shoot. Hi, I just watched probably the best movie of the year so far. The Trial of Chicago 7 is a star-studded movie. It's got Sacha Baron Cohen. It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's got Michael Keaton for 4 seconds. It's got John Carroll Lynch. It's got Frank Langella. It's got Jeremy Strong. I can go on and on and on and on. Written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who is notorious for taking a real life subject and then making it as dramatized as humanly possible. This movie is no exception to that. There's a lot good in this movie. There's a few terrible parts of this movie, but it doesn't bring it down enough for me. This big protest outside of the Democratic convention turned into a riot, and police got involved and arrested 7 people, and the prosecutors all threw them into one group and put them on trial. This movie is ridiculously timely. Sacha Baron Cohen is Abby Hoffman. If you've seen Forrest Gump, he's the guy with the American shirt, as an American flag as a shirt. That's my Forrest Gump impression, but it sounds really weird. Eddie Redmayne is Tom Hayden, who eventually became a California senator. Just like every other Aaron Sorkin movie, they talk fast, they talk a lot, and everyone speaks super poetically. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people love it. I am on the love it side. I love Aaron Sorkin's writing. You got to take it for what he means it to be, which is very idealistic dramatizations of ethical and moral values. The Newsroom, especially some West Wing episodes. Aaron Sorkin's past 2 movies he has directed. He directed Molly's Game and now The Trial of Chicago 7. This is Aaron Sorkin unleashed, where all of his tropes are here. There's no one else to like kind of calm him down. Like The Social Network with David Fincher, I guarantee you he told him to like, hey, chill out with the metaphors. The writing is spectacular. This will get nominated for screenplay. It might win. It's very possible. The performances are fantastic. There's not a single person whose performance is like average. Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Jeremy Strong is very funny. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is underused, but his performance is still pretty good. Michael Keaton is in this for 5 minutes. He has probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. But again, Sacha Baron Cohen is fantastic in this movie, and he has Borat coming out a week after this gets released. So he's having a heck of an October. Frank Langella is absolutely despicable and like frustrating as the judge. Speaking of, there's a scene in this movie with the leader of the Black Panthers that this is the issue with Aaron Sorkin, that he tends to, again, he dramatizes hardcore, and something happens in this movie halfway through. If you know anything about the trial, you know what I'm talking about with the leader of the Black Panthers. I had to pause the movie and Google if this was true, if this was really happening. I couldn't believe it, but it is true. But that's the issue with Aaron Sorkin is he'll take things that happened months later in the storyline, but he'll put it in now. I'm like, I don't know if this is an exaggeration or not, but that's real. Like that actually happened. And I'm talking about the leader of the Black Panthers getting bound and gagged in an American courtroom. I could not believe it. It made me super mad. That's a big theme in this movie is you will get mad a lot. This is a super frustrating movie because of how everyone is treated in this courtroom, which is unfairly. There's a lot of similarities between this and A Few Good Men, which skyrocketed Sorkin to this peak Sorkinness, where it's almost exclusively in a courtroom. Aaron Sorkin described the actual riot that happened as the shark in Jaws, where we don't see it until like an hour and a half into the movie, which I thought was a super great decision. It pays off big time in this big, like over the top dramatic. It's a well-written scene, but it's Sorkin just flexing his muscles. That's everything I like about this movie. There's one part that turned me off so much. Man, the ending is so cheesy. No one told Sorkin, hey, you're kind of hitting the nail on the head kind of hard here, man. It's so cheesy. Like it's like a 1980s primetime network show ending where there's a straight up freeze frame. Oh God, it freezes. You see facts on the screen, and then it unfreezes, and then continues on with like booming inspirational music. Oh man, it's so bad. This movie is fantastic, except for that ending, which I kind of get what he's doing because like they did not win the case, but they won the appeal. So they lost this trial, but we don't see the appeal. It just says during the freeze frame, hey, they lost, but hey, they won an appeal later. And what happens to all the characters is not happy at all. It doesn't ruin the entire movie. This movie is really funny. This movie is fast paced, entertaining. Performances are spectacular. Direction's great, but that ending, woof. Out of 10 American flags as shirts, this is a 9. By far the best movie of the year so far. Who knows if it'll stay up there, but it's top of the list for me. If you love Sorkin, you know what you're getting into. If you don't love Sorkin, you know what you're getting into. If you don't know what that is, put the subtitles on because people are talking really fast. But the performances are great. It's ridiculously timely. And go watch this movie. I promise you will like it. I can't promise that. I can't promise you will like it, but I think you will like it.